In this video we are going to solve few problems on flip-flops. So these are the problems which are asked in PGCET 2017 and 2018 question paper. So these type of problems are continuously asked. So if you are observing the patterns from 2015 onwards up to 2018-19, so you can see 4 or 5 questions will be asked on these flip-flops. So there is a change in data, but the method remains the same. So if you prepare well for those three four questions, then you can at least get 3 marks in the PGCET, so which is very good, I think. All right, so let us start with the first session, that is first problem itself. So the first problem is, how many flip-flops are required to build a shift register to store decimal 28? All right, so see how easy it is. So they are telling there is a shift register. Okay, so there is a decimal value 28. Okay, so how many bit shift register will be required to store that decimal 28 into that shift register? So how I can do this one, let us see. So I'll just erase these things out, and you can see here I have taken 28, which is in decimal formation. Then what I will be doing is I will just convert this decimal 28 into the binary. So you know how to convert: 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 3, 2 to the power 4. So 16 plus 8 plus 4. So it will be 28, and other two I have not used, so that's why I have left it 0. So you know how to do these conversions, because we have learned it in the first sem of our basic electronics itself. So if you don't know also, then you can just go to our playlist, and you can find a lot of videos regarding how to convert binary to hexa, hexa to binary, then decimal. All the possible 12 conversions between 4 type of number systems we have covered. So you can see a lot of examples there, so you can just refer there. All right, so here you can see 1 2 3 4 5. So 5 bits are there in binary. So when decimal is converted to binary, it will become 5 bits lengthier. So that's why I can say there are 5 bits in the binary equivalent. The number of flip-flops required are 5. So we know each shift register, or a shift register, will be storing 1 bit at a time. So if it has got 5 places, then it can store here 1 1 1 0, like this it will be storing. So no two binary digits will be stored in a same place. So that's why if it is 5 bit lengthier, then shift register should be 5 bit, and if it is 10 bit, the shift register should be of 10 bits lengthier. So like this we can find out. Just convert decimal to binary and count the number of bits in binary, then that will be the length of the shift register. So that's it. All right, so we'll move to the second problem. Yeah, so what is this? The delay for each flip-flop is 80 nanosecond. Okay, the delay of each flip-flop they have given. What will be the maximum operating frequency for mod 32 ripple counter? So they are asking what will be the maximum operating frequency of maximum for the mod 32, means it will be counting from 0 to 31. So if it is 32, it will be counting from 0 to 31. If it is 10, it will be counting from 0 to 9. So all those basics we know. So I can say f maximum will be equal to 1 divided by, so what is the formula? The formula is something like this. What will be the mod value and the delay here? So 80 nanosecond, and for mod 32 I will be having 5 bits there. Okay, so that's why I have to multiply with 5, because mod 32 can be constructed with the 5 bits of binary number. So that's why it is necessary to find out the number of bits. So for 32 I need 5 bits at least. So I'm counting at least here, keep that in mind. So maximum I can use 100 bits, but take the least case here. Alright, so for this one I can write like this, then f equal to 1 by t. So a delay they have given, so that's why I have to take in the inverse form. So you can see here the required explanation for this one. So 1 divided by 5 into each flip-flop delay is 80 nanoseconds. So when you multiply this and divide, you just do it in calculator, then you will get 2.5 megahertz as the maximum operating frequency for that particular flip-flop series. So that's about the third problem. Then second problem, sorry, we'll see third one right now. The propagation delay TPD, indicated by TPD, for each flip-flop is 50 nanosecond. Again they have given the propagation delay. Then the maximum operating frequency for mod 32 ripple counter will be, so see, same question. The second one is from 2017 and this is from 2018. The same question, but slightly 80 nanosecond is changed to 50 nanosecond here. So as I've told you, these type of questions are definitely asked in PGCET. So prepare well for these guys. Okay. So what I can do, same formula, f maximum equal to 1 divided by mod 32 means 5 bits I have to use, and each flip-flop delay is 15 nanoseconds. So I just multiply these two, then I will be getting 1 by 250, then I will be getting 4 megahertz as the total output here. So you just see there. Alright, so that's about the third problem, and the last one is very important, slightly different. So a counter is being pulsed by a 256 kilohertz clock signal. The output frequency from the last flip-flop is 2 kilohertz, then the mod number will be. So see, same kind of problem, but here they are giving the pulse frequency, that is input frequency, and input clock they have given, and they are giving the output also. You need to find out the mod value, that is how much it is counting from where to where. So that you need to find out. So mod value for the counter. So how I can do this? So if you remember the formula, then it is very easy. It's like a cakewalk for you. Okay, so how I can find out? Mod number will be equal to clock frequency divided by output frequency. So these two frequencies they have given, clock frequency and output frequency. Just plug in the values and you will be getting the answer straight away. So see, 256 divided by output frequency is 2 kilohertz. So 256 kilohertz will cancel, so that's why I have not written in this one. And 256 by 2, I know that 2 1s are 2 4s are 2 8s are, so it will be n equal to 128. So it will be a mod 128 counter. So these are the few problems which are related to flip-flops, and in upcoming sessions we will be solving other important problems related to PGCET. So if you are interested, then you can please join our channel by subscribing, and if you like the content, if you found it useful, then hit a like button as well. So thank you guys, thanks for seeing this video. See you in the next one.